Fill the gap with as many bodies as you can, side to side.
Hold the line. No, I'm not sure that's
Is
even
that they don't shout that.
that is that Braveheart? I don't even
Probably.
know. Some other war
The
movie.
300 ones where they do like the push.
Yeah. But
And
it's
like
been
with the
like
shields, like it's like a push and then stab. I mean, they don't shout stab, but they do stab.
they're Greek, so they shout "Stab us!" I don't know.
Stabus Maximus.
That's Latin though. So we are mixing up all of our references today. I haven't seen 300 since it was in theaters, to be honest. I'm a boomer.
Dear. I watched it probably a few months ago, probably by now. But it's a great film,
Exactly.
and the follow-up as well ain't bad. So.
And the YouTube remixes that came off of it. Whew,
Oh yeah.
memes for days.
But who is Sparta? We may never know.
Truly the question of our lifetime. Bit of an early pause coming in, I guess, technical. Maybe someone had to go to the bathroom after the knife round.
Yeah, maybe. You know, some people have small bladders. Don't hate.
That's why we keep bottles under our desks.
Well, you might do so, but I certainly do not. I've
Look, there's no problem until mom finds the poop drawer, so until then I'm safe.
That was possibly the most outrageous thing you've said, Sermon.
And I say outrageous things all the time.
Yeah, and I was going to say that's a big stretch, but oh dear. I'll definitely guide us back on topic, because Navi Junior they do start CT side of Mirage, and Cynix will have himself the kit. Well, as a HE, Fear has plenty of utility for that Navi Junior side as well.
Yeah,
So
Landon on the other side.
Yeah.
DZT not yet to spend money, so could still maybe drop a pistol.
Yeah, I think.
No, I think DZT should be the recipient of the raid boss build, to be honest.
I think Nissim might be grabbing that P250 that Landon purchased up. It's because I think it's on the floor T spawn. I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Landon will be taking that one.
Yeah, sure. We can see Landon.
Nissim,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sure. Nissim, he's been performing pretty good. Remember some highlights.
Yeah.
As speaking of high, those odds for Case Esports.
Ooh.
Pretty big there.
Blazing.
Smoking even.
Yeah, some would say they are a bit of a meme number, but none of that here.
Classic montage parodies from 2015.
But we can finally,
there we go.
Yeah, we can finally stop talking about absolute nonsense, because
let's continue talking about the absolute nonsense, but in the context of the game.
Yeah.
As the Russian-Ukrainian side of NAVI Junior. This is where the future NAVI players are formed, and let's see how they can do against the Brazilians here. Monk here going for the window as Delboni tries to just set up for mid. The other T players underground. So in the long run, it looks like this is going to be mid control. And then where they go, nobody knows, but they do have a player on ramp, so a split A seems to be in the cards.
Okay. Holding quite far back in window, just watching for that boost play up. As Case Esports, they're going to silently take control of mid. They've got a couple players all the way towards connector already, ready to push inwards. I don't think anybody's spotting this either for the Navi Junior side, but Onke will be hearing a lot of steps, and he's going to get gunned down by DZT with the Glock. Quick opening frag for Case, and now Navi Junior, they need to try and reconcile and get themselves back into an even situation. But the bomb not yet in towards that ace site, and Pogorev, he still has control of CT.
Oh, where can they even plant, though? If they plant anywhere that's adjacent to CT, the players can just swing on out. So planting for connector seems to be the order of the day, as there's no players on connector or like short or anything. Bomb goes down. Pogorlov spots out the location, and now all these CTs are gonna have to execute at once. But look at this, he's right behind them. Peak to 50, you have to go huge here. One kill goes his way. That's gonna be two. That's gonna be the round. Sinks Cynics, the only one left alive, of course. 1 versus 4. Kit on his body, but I think he's just gonna save this defuse kit for the next round, because there's really no point in walking to certain death, but even less point in running away with it, it seems. Delboni gets the frag.
Super nice round coming out there, all in all, for the KC Sports side. And obviously, NAVI Junior, they played a heavy presence towards that B site early, which didn't end up working out. But that kill towards the window really set up the round for them. It denied so many rotations for NAVI Junior.
So Menezi on the glass cannon build here.
With the scout.
Yeah, with a scout, but still a cannon made out of glass. As middle is in the control of the KC Sports side, but no real Navi Junior players here to contest it. The Eagles and Scouts just staying on their respective bomb sites, waiting for the terrorists to show themselves. As for now, the bomb will be heading over towards... Ooh, middle. Unexpected. But yeah, Onkir, he's had enough of this. He wants to know if there's anything going on, and not spotting anyone out. Maybe he'll be thinking it's like a delayed execute on one of the sites, but still, KC Sports just waiting all across the map for engagements that don't happen. Taking a page out of Navi's book, getting the the round timer that low.
Yeah, and you don't want to allow it to go too low. They've still got 40 seconds on the clock, so there's still time to be working with here. As they now start their approach. They should be getting this pretty simply. Only Pogorlev really here to try and find anything. Does have Ornkir towards the jungle, actually, who will net down a kill of his own. Delboni has hit the deck. And that gives Navi Junior man advantage that KC Sports desperately want to try and minimize the deficit from. But Ornkir, a second kill, looking for more. He's even tagged up DZT, and that allows Pogorlev to swing out for one of his own. And this is certainly falling apart for Case. A second kill on that second Deagle leaves Nissim all on his lonesome in towards mid, and just no chance of winning the round with the bomb dropped in towards the site.
Pogorlev and Onkir, they were the ones that held this one together. And look at this. I mean, the massive gap in the jungle smoke, the complete lack of a CT smoke. It's just, that was the kind of an execute that KC Sports went for. And frankly, it did not work out. Just, you know, the surprise, not even the crossfire of the Deagles, right? Just the surprise peek out on just the correct timing is enough to catch these terrorists off guard. And I would have preferred to have seen more utility used for that one. I'm certain they had it at some point in the round or another, for sure.
Yeah, because I think Onkir had like a really clean sight line into the side, but bye-bye, Menezi. Nissim has just blasted you.
Not even a headshot as well. It was a body shot to end things out.
And now KC Sports sit in a very similar situation to Navi Junior last round with the Deagles. It could be them fighting back and regaining the lead here, but Navi Junior don't want to try and pick things up, as a scout can be collected by them here in towards connector. Not sure how much is actually going to help them out, but a second kill from Nissim certainly does. Ornkir needs to go huge, but can only manage one.
But Cynics from the window area will just be the last CT alive here for his side. Oh, but oh dear, pushes the smoke really early. Doesn't even wait for the bomb plant noise or nothing. If you hear the bomb being planted, of course, that does mean one player can't shoot you back. So that's usually when you go for the slight man advantage, the temporary one. Goes for the unexpected push instead, and unfortunately is met with death. So now KC Sports, they pick up the second, and the money of Navi not looking too hot.
Money of yourself could be looking very hot, though, if you you want to check out LOOT.BET. If you use code LOOT, you can get yourself a nice bonus deposit and some free spins on the site. And I think that's always lovely. I'm always a fan of free bets. Not that I
18
bet
plus, bet
anymore, though.
responsibly.
Yeah, I don't bet anymore. Used to dabble in it a bit.
Well, you're
but,
not allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
You might have insider info, and
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't anymore.
ESIC will send the FBI after you. Or, whatever equivalent you have in MI6, I suppose. This B push going off to a great start here, as the Navi Junior boys really from close up couldn't do much, getting sprayed down immediately with the relentless push of the terrorist side. Kitchen now under contention, but really not for long. Only Pogrolev left, and okay, well, Delboni threw the fire and flames to get that M4. I hope he got it in the end. A great little shot to round things out here, and yeah, just the CT's no real utility, not ready for it, impossible to hold them back.
Well, this is certainly looking a lot better for Case than I expected early on. I mean, off the back of that Deagle round from Navi Junior, I thought, okay, here we go. This is just where Navi Junior turned things up. Similar to how with Astralis Talent the other day, we saw that happen. I think it was Astralis Talent finding 4 in a row. And then Navi Juniors won a round with the Deagles, courtesy of Olmkir especially, in that clutch on short. But from there onwards, I think Navi Junior won like 14 in a row. But Case have been able to fight back, and they're looking to at least get through these rounds with some degree of consistency. As Monezzi's the last player alive, a couple kills have been found, but I think against the Deagles, you sort of expect that to be happening. It's hard to limit their firepower so much.
If you do have a Deagle, you should probably drop it to Menezzi, though, but that's by the by. Not really an important round to be dealing with that. It's those hero AK rounds that,
Yeah.
they better go to the right player. Not even saying Menezzi, because, sniper and everything, but...
Yeah, Olmkir
actually,
been spectacular with the rifles, in fact.
Yes, he has. So probably give him that one. But, if it's a Deagle, I'm sure it's close enough.
Yeah.
The AWP players usually perform on the Deagles as well.
Shame we don't have, like, the old CZ-75. That's all we always used to use.
Shame.
In the dark days.
Oh, man. I remember back when the old CZ-75, which was better than anything we have now, and it was also only $300, and I was like, nah, I prefer the P250.
You just want it to be different, that's all.
Yeah. But then the CZ was new and it was different, so I don't even know why I went. I went with tradition on that one, and that was not a bet that worked out. I'm afraid.
Tragic.
I was
sermon.
But I was an advocate for the SG for a long time before it became popular, so that was my W. And KC Esports, their W currently is disconnector control. Yeps in the corner already. Should be good for a kill if anyone was to show himself, but the rest of the terrorist squad not really interested in that area right now. Sure, they have a member on ramp, but the bomb is heading toward the apartments. This could be a fake and then B take, but let's see how this one transpires.
Yeah, and if it is, it'll be up to Sinix and Fear to try and hold the line towards this B site. With Ornke taking down the one of the flanking players, that's Yeps, who would have had a really solid position towards the window to try and cut off rotations. So he's gone down, and now Sinix, he's spotted the players pushing. He'll drop a smoke to give himself a little bit of space to work with, but there's a big old gap in that Fear doesn't realize, and he's spammed down by Nissim. Sinix, he can't find anything as well. The second flank has been caught, but it's all up towards Landon and Nissim in towards this B site. They've been able to clear out the defenders, and now they've got to deal with the rotating players. But Menezzi, with Diop, has a sightline that Nissim does not anticipate, and Landon, the last player alive, has to go huge here with this AWP. Does get one. That's Ornkir, and he's able to reset himself for a second shot. Who will be taking
that could have been
on?
a collat.
Very could have been, but with Pogolev pushing in towards the site, Landon's not going to realise. Menezzi's going to be chasing fast. And Landon now hears these steps, but neither of them are checking this backside. Oh, finally they do as he tap the bomb. They'll get the defuse coming through. I think just about enough time But a nice retake from Navi Jr. there.
Very good retake, yes. On the replays, we can see the take initially went pretty good. And this him getting the smoke kill onto Fear. And if that was a collat from Landon, I think he wins the round. The 1v1, the bomb taking, and the AWP sort of being able to just pick an angle and stick to it. That sounds like a recipe for success, but unfortunately doesn't get 2 kills with 1 bullet, as if that's a reasonable requirement for a round. As we go here into the 7th with Navi Jr. on a 2-round deficit. Let's see if this push from... Oh, okay, well, it doesn't work out. Menezzi just finds the Eps through the smoke. Tried to push Catwalk as Menezzi gets traded himself. Now a 4 versus 4.
Nissim takes a pretty decent chunk of HP away, though. He's on 44. He's a softer target for those M4s.
Exactly.
Sure.
You always reduce the bullet count by which it takes to kill someone, and that's as good as someone having a better weapon, I suppose. As the bomb gets picked up and taken toward middle, it looks like an A split should be happening here. A player already in Palace, and only Pogorlev on the site right now. Pushes out of CT at just the wrong time as Delboni swings out from Palace and gets the frag, but Onkir already rotated towards CT. Will he be expecting a rotation as fast as this? The answer is yes. A flash and a wide swing from Delboni, dispatch of him immediately. And that's going to be the round there, I'm afraid. Navi Jr. already smelling that this is not a winnable situation. We'll be saving the M4 and FAMAS, should they be successful, of course.
Okay, Kate. Okay. They've got some strats. They've got some skills on Mirage, haven't they?
They're making a case for themselves.
They certainly are, and I'm just going to ignore the fact you said that.
You're just angry I got it in before you.
I feel like it was. I feel like the joke was done on the first day, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, but you know, new day, new audience.
True.
You
true.
get to recycle old material. I got a lot to teach you, Dan Chan.
For sure.
And then after you're out of material completely, that's when you break out the Scooby-Doo impressions.
Nobody realizes how lucky they are that the ad played then. Because the Scooby-Doo impressions were about to come out.
No. I wasn't
passed.
gonna do them. I still have material, but that's like the last ditch
No,
effort.
I was. I was.
So yeah, thank you, Loot.BET, for putting Dan Chan's mind at ease for a few seconds of his life there. As Navi Jr., they're not going to be at ease here at all. Eco round, 2 players that have saved up, so Hero M4 and FAMAS still definitely can achieve something, but not really a stack of any kind here. Sure, they have a player deep in Palace. That's going to be a great boon for the Navi Junior side, and a player on Sandwich. They can hold off a push from either connector or ramp, a pretty good setup. And now they can actually commit 3 players toward B, and that does seem as a place they're going toward. Just checking the ladder room real quick, and I don't think they're really going to be committing toward ladder anytime soon. It's just going to be a straight up B push. Let's see how this one goes.
Having to drop that smoke reveals Cynex's position. He's quickly dispatched of. However, there is still another player in the site. That was Onke, who was able to find at least one with the USP. Fair play. Getting one. But, yeah, with the weaponry moved from that Navi Junior side now, it's, yeah, it's just these USPs. But Monezi, maybe his USP is all he needs.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. Through the smoke.
Yeah. A kill, though, for Menezzi and for Onkir. The boys that have been performing so far doing pretty good. As Fear, he's 1 round away from being 007 licensed to not kill, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the worst secret agent. Have a look at these entry kills.
You know, you kind of want some agents that don't actually kill people, but just infiltrate.
True.
You don't want him to die 7 times, though.
Is it?
Or
So
do you?
is it 007 license to investigate then?
License to politely enter with a specified warrant.
Yeah. But certainly a super duper start for Case so far. 6 on the board to Navi Juniors 2. And this is the home ground for Navi Junior that we've seen so far. Case have really got this one down. We'll see if they can maintain this this level and keep Navi Junior at bay. But I'm worried for them because Munezi hasn't yet been fully activated. He's still warming up. Needs just like an old car, needs to have the engine running for a little bit before you start driving. Warm it
Sure
up.
thing. As
Yeah.
well as, the T side, he'll be able to decide where the engagements happen. I'm sure that's going to be helpful for him. But for now, KC Sports ready to explode onto this A bomb site. A player already ready to get into window as Onkir will be distracted by this connector push. Might just get pushed in from the side as the Underwood player does go down, and that's going to be the A bomb site pretty much in their hands. For now, though, they still have to cover off CT. But
It's Menezi.
yeah, no.
He's just getting picked apart one by one now in this round. Navi Junior finding all the angles, finding them just sort of not enough players to cover the angles they needed to, Case. And they have the bomb connector, Navi Junior. That's basically the round done with 20 seconds on the clock. But maybe not, because there's a kill. You still need to push
Oh,
deeper, and there's Cynix. But DZT, no way, he gets 2. 13 seconds, has to run for the bomb plant, and Menezi knows it. Peeks
picks
out,
just the
nails
right
it.
timing.
Yeah.
That was so good. But yeah, it looked like a really good setup for KC Sports, to be honest. 3 players ready to explode out of connector. Another player in, I forget, Palace or Ramp, just ready to help from like an alternate angle. And hey, Onkir is holding you from jungle, no problem. You got a guy coming through window, but none of those plans really worked out in the end, as Menezi was not like smoked off or anything of that fashion. In CT, the AWP allowed plenty of space to deal massive damage, and that's going to be the round. But into the next, already an aggressive AWP push coming in from your boy Menezi as Yeps goes down to 16.
Oh, they're even going to boost him up onto the cinder blocks just for a moment, as he won't spot anything, decides to back away. And that might be for the best, because landing was going to slide in, and it's probably clear in that angle, so don't want to be up there
Definitely
for
a
too
dangerous
long,
one to be in for like too long, right?
for sure.
There's like a window of opportunity in the beginning of the round.
Look what Case have got already. They've got a player all the way into ladder room. That is Nissim. He's going to drop down silently onto the cinder blocks. You could catch out Menezi here if he tries to push in to clear this angle.
But Benezi's just holding either for the window push or the short, like catwalk presence. But neither are going to be showing themselves here as out of connector pretty soon. Coming into this setup, again, a player on Sandwich and a player in Ninja, but Delboni is going to be disposing of the Sandwich player all the way from Palace as they push on in with Love still hiding in Ninja, waiting for backup. And Menezi, the backup has arrived, but he goes down after one measly kill. That's going to be a 3 versus 2 situation now. The bomb, of course, being planted and the after plants set up as Navi Jr. are taking their sweet time getting onto that bomb site. Too much time, in fact, because Nissim already coming in from the back, finding Cynix. That's just going to be Fear trying to save the AWP for Menezi.
Man, Navi Junior just can't find consecutive rounds here. These are some seriously sick hits coming in from Case. Just running these executes, and it's enough to beat out Navi Junior right now.
It was basically the same execute as the previous round that I praised as
Yeah,
being conceptually pretty good. And hey, if you find the opening frag toward the Sandwich player, I suppose from then on it's easy pickings. But
yeah,
also, come on, Menezi, he wasn't blocked off by a smoke or anything. He went for the straight
yeah,
up gunfight, and that
yeah. But
was 1 kill and getting killed in return. Definitely should have done more there because you just need to get a frag and survive. That's already more.
Yeah, but one thing I was actually going to highlight there is the way Case did that. So they had the Palace player come out very, very late. So there's a player already basically pushed up right into that, right sort of just to the left of the angle Menezes watching. So as soon as Menezes takes that shot, the guy could just instantly swing and get that trade frag. And that just, it's a worthwhile trade because you've already got a man advantage. And now you've cleared CT, well, ticket at least. So it's... well played by Case, and now they've got themselves a bit of breathing room as Menezes has been dispatched off very early on in towards the
And
apartment.
the
They
rest
tried to find space.
of course, he had to try to find something. He was the lone player with a decent weapon on his team. The rest, of course, just saving their money for the next. There's going to be quite a bit of an eco here. Feared bought like armor and a P250, but he's not going to be finding anything here. Delboni using actually his utility to keep them at bay and knows that they're giving chase, but that's going to lead to an easy double man spray down. Some eco frags here for you to enjoy as we head on over to the 12th.
But 8 already for Case, and that's the T-side start that's already found the lead for half-time. No matter what Navi Jr. do here, the max they can get is 7. And it's looking like it might even be a max of 6 with just Deagles in this one. They have to at least concede the weaponry here and potentially a 9th.
And look at this. A different kind of a setup here. Not prioritizing middle that much, KC Sports. Going for the straight up A execute. Refreshing. Still Menezes being a nuisance on the edge of that smoke, right? From triple tries to peek on out and find him. But actually, no, that was Pogorlov who did die in the end. Now, presumably Menezes there on the... Yeah. No, that was Fear. Menezes with the AK doing some damage. Doing some big damage. What? I missed all of that. What happened then?
I don't know, I had to sneeze.
Oh, dear me.
But Menezes, the opening kill obviously means so much there, because with the AK from stairs, he's able to pick up 2 frags, and I mean, the round was already slipping away from Case there. As they went for the execute, and maybe a little bit telegraphed by now. Maybe Navi Jr. expecting that, able to get some really good, some solid plant positions, or after plant positions rather, and a really swarm on Case.
Was definitely telegraphed. I mean, they just did a standard smoke execute, but I didn't expect the Deagles to reign supreme there, as well as Menezes getting an unexpected Kalashnikov in his hands. And that's just, that's him like a 3K there toward the end. I didn't see the kills from his perspective, so I'm not entirely sure how it all transpired. It was all bird's eye view, but either way, congrats to Navi Jr. for finally getting a difficult round under their belt. Still with it all to play for here. They can still get 7 rounds in this half. And yeah, KC Sports after the straight up A execute, considering their options with mid presence once again, as the bomb seems to be heading toward the B apartments, and I don't know if that's where it's going to be concluding as well or not.
What Navi Jr. really need here is consecutive rounds. They've not found any yet. Just these lone warriors in the sea, and like the B site is going to be under threat. With a few players already stacking up, and there's a player trying to lurk through connects and one Palace as well. They're in for a very similar setup to how they've played earlier B hits. These A players that go for the lurk, they get caught off pretty quickly, and Yeps again is the first man to go, this time to Menezes. While the clock ticking down, they're running out of time. Delboni, he's made his presence known, but now Cynix has spotted everything out towards the apartments. They're ready to hold the line, and with Fear finding a kill, it's up to Nissim to try and create space for his teammate to push forward, and he'll do exactly that. 2 quick kills, open up the site, and now it's Navi Jr. left in a man disadvantage.
A very heavy one at that. Bad good after plant positions coming in from the T's, but good retake positions from the CTs as well if Delboni is caught out here. But the timing, there you go. Menezzi finds Delboni. That's the plays that we were looking for here, as it is a 2v2 now with the CTs coming from two different directions. This could be advantageous for them, but not so advantageous when you get no scoped by Landon, I'm afraid. Only Pogorelov left, and all they have to do is play Ring Around the Rosie until this is over. But they will be going for the straight up aim duel, and, well, Navi Jr., they capitulate in this one.
They just can't win out consecutive rounds, and straight into the gooch for Menezzi there.
The gooch.
Yeah, no recovering from a gooch shot.
Definitely not.
Well known, the gooch does the most damage.
Mm-hmm. The brain is stored in the gooch.
Yeah. Some people, anyway. But Navi Junior, they get themselves an actually okay buy out of this. Lots of utility, and Menezzi on the AWP. But he's not been having the impact you'd maybe hope he would be. No stellar performances yet from him. Been having some good moments, but yeah, maybe a slow day at the office for him.
Well, it is a bit early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Hot coffee still trying to hit the bloodstream, you know. But yeah, we'll be seeing how they do on the T side. I was expecting Mirage to be an absolute stomp, but KC Sports, they've made a case for themselves on this one, because I guess they watched the demos and found some weak spots. Those the mid presence, I suppose, was one of the things they worked on, and it's working wonders for now. Yep's finding Menezzi, the opening frag, very important. So Ankir takes over here in the window area, but doesn't spot anyone now. Now the same trap is happening again. A player in window while a connector take is happening. Ankir not very distracted by that, does prevent the window push, but the ramp and connector are still pushing, and now there you go. There's two in window now. Can't really dispatch with them both, as the T's will be pushing through here onto the A-bomb site. A player in CT and a player in Palace. Technically a crossfire, but not really present at the same time, as Landon finds Fear in CT. And Pogorelov, well, okay! Pogorelov! What? Pogorelov gets a triple? Just the most insane one I've ever seen with a deal, to be honest. What was that? It's random spraying through the walls there. A 1 versus 1 now for him. He's got an AK. He knows where the enemy is, and Pogorelov now finds it.
Apologies for my high-pitched scream, but that was absurd.
That was actually absurd, dude. Let's see that again. Bop. Boop. Bada bing boop. Bow. That's going on Twitter. Oh, dearie me.
That was too much for my poor heart to take.
Yes, no, I mean, that was out of nowhere as well. Like, we're just completely counting him out of the round at that point. Oh, man, they don't even take a timeout to, like, reset their hands after that one. They must be shaken. Either way, 3 versus 3 situation now, as the exchange on ramp does leave them at the similar score count. The one-way smoke, not successfully thrown. They can't really see the gap through there, and they won't be going for anything as a result. The terrorists falling on back, although a bomb site is clear. Navi Jr. are playing a retake scenario, and after the previous round, how could they not, right?
My lord, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen anymore after a round like that. I mean, anything could happen. A spaceship could come down and obliterate mid, and then you just have a completely different map. Who knows?
Valve releases Mirage 2 midway through the map, so
yeah,
maybe we switch that. That's something equally as surprising that can happen. Let's put it that way.
Like Battlefield, where the map changes halfway through, like a skyscraper falls over.
Yeah,
wouldn't be good for Vertigo.
It was called Levolution. That was my I've ever heard. As KC Sports, they've snuck their way from ramp all the way to through middle, through connector. They could have just gone out ramp as we see, but you know, they don't see through the walls. They don't know what's going on. The bomb is getting planted. The 4 connector and no players on shorts to punish, as the after plant positions will be taken. 2 on ramp, 1 jungle, as Nissim will be feeding them the information that the CT rotate is transpiring right now. All 3 counter terrorists going to be executing from the same angle. Let's see how they do.
Good shot from Landon. Gives the KC Sports side a man advantage, if not the round advantage, and there you go. Case up to 10. Pretty simple after plant situation there for Navi Junior and for KC Sports rather, as they do find the 10 on the board. Navi Junior switch over towards that T side and hope that their offense can yield more than the defense, because this was a strong first half for Case.
It was a yes, it was. Pogorlev, of course, getting himself to 11 after that kind of a performance on Kier, and Menezi were at the top of the scoreboard for their sides. But yeah, KC Sports really strong on the first. Definitely performing, Landon doing his thing. As we go into the pistol round of the second half here. Needless to say, quite important that Navi Junior picked this one up, because I think if they're not warmed up properly for Dust 2, that could spell disaster, and we might be staring at a 2-0 from the Brazilians if this is the kind of level we're going to be seeing today. But still, Navi with it all to prove here. Winning the pistol round would be a pretty good start to a potential comeback, and their T sides have been immaculate so far, so let's see if they can repeat past performances here. Menezi, the first man in, first Glock to spot the CTs, finds the EPs, and while there was a trade happening, Pogorlov answers immediately. And now the bomb should be planted with 3 CTs actually retaking from Kitchen.
Needs a shot, but Pogorlev is there, and it's just a very clean round from Navi Junior. Pogorlev and Monezi finding everything they need to do there. 2 kills apiece for them, and a much needed pistol round there for Navi Junior that brings them back into the game.
Going to be starting out on the front foot here with a pair of Galils and a MAC-10 to the 2 AKs on Onkir and Pogorlov, as Landon will be picking up the scout for his team, while the rest, of course, predictably on the Deagles and armor. Just going to be using up some smokes, as well as T's. They're taking this one a little bit slowly, just waiting for the pushes to start, but as we can see from the minimap, no pushes incoming.
No, the KC Sports playing this one, but actually sort of pretty defaulty. But rotating the scout back over towards the B side, looks like they might go for a push in towards apartments.
Maybe they're baiting Navi Junior into wasting too much time waiting for the pushes to come.
Maybe.
As you can actually do a delayed push and then force them to wait even longer, and then suddenly there's 20 seconds left on the clock, you know?
But they're finding a lot of intel towards the apartments now.
Yeah. Yeps with a huge position. I mean, sure, Cynex is there, and as is the bomb, but it's pretty far back, and I don't think they're going to be committing toward B. They did have a player in Palace who's gone back, but for this mid control, all these players, they're so isolated. There's a player in ladder room, one in connector. These 2 can get picked off easy peasy if the CTs try to push these positions, but that's not going to be happening here, as Navi Junior will be taking the lion's share of their squad toward the ramp area. Speedy execute should be coming in, as 30 seconds is what's left on the clock. Shouldn't be too late at this point. No classic Navi shenanigans coming in, as there you go. Delboni finds the isolated player, and now he can contest. DZT finds Ankir as well.
This could go horribly wrong for Navi Junior. It certainly looks like it might do, as Pogorlev, he's going to step up to the plate, find 2 quick kills, much needed kills as well. But the bomb, it can't get planted. 3 seconds, there's no time. As Nissim, he was lurking in the back of the site, and nobody checked for him. There just wasn't enough time. But those, you said, those 2 players in connector and ladder room, they get picked off very early, and there's no trade potential for either of them.
I didn't mean to prophesize the El Clasico Navi round where you just run out of time because you played way too passively, but it does happen in the end.
turning into the Nissim show.
Really is. Nissim not missing in today's matchup. So Navi Jr. now on the back foot with the Deagles. I think they did spot out a player, but they didn't expect him to get boosted up here as Menezi does go down. No Deag shots from him. As this is just going to be the terrorists reconsidering their options for now, trying to find some more frags, but the bomb abandoned completely. That just sort of speaks to their plans in this round, to be honest.
Ooh, Nissim heard that. I think maybe the boost has been has spotted Nissim. They're trying to find an angle, but they just can't quite get it. Would have been a nice kill to find. Instead, it's going to be a jump up for Onkir, and we get a nice little sort of spy cam view of that one as Nissim gets obliterated by the Deagle sign. It could push through the smoke and find the player on short. Oh dear. Playing with fire. Oh my lord. This is so tense. This is sandwiched between two T's. Oh! Oh! Synix, still gets the kill, even after pulling out the knife.
2 HP left on him, so he's lucky to be alive there.
Not anymore.
But there you go. Well, 3 versus 2 situation, doable for the Navi Junior side. In fact, favored heavily because the bomb should be going down here in KC Sports. They're all the way on the B bomb site, as well as underground. But Onkir on the unexpected angle finds Yeps, and that's going to be the round right there. Navi managed to win the pistol, lose the following round due to poor clock management, but with nice frag management in the next, they do pick up the advantage once again, and we'll be continuing to do this dance until one team wins 2 rounds in a row. But I think with 3 players surviving here, Navi Jr. should have a pretty good buy in the next, and that should be, well, a kind of cursed fear there. I'm sorry about that, buddy, but Landon does find him. Still, 2 rifles saved. That should be good.
Yeah, and Landon isn't even going to get away. Sandwich between the T's, and this was, oh, Synix. Oh, lucky he hits the first League shot there.
I just looked back at the Twitch chat's reaction to the Pogrolev clutch with the Deagle, and someone just typed, "What? This is normal?
This is
most
normal.
certainly not normal. No, no, no."
You know what? You know what else isn't normal?
What?
Using or being offered the chance to use code Porto
and not using it.
I know, and not using it. It gives so many sweet benefits if you're a regular bettor. Bonuses on deposits, you know, all that shebang.
All the good stuff. Links below the Twitch chat, the Twitch stream, boys. Yeah. So the opening kill does go the way of Navi Jr. on short, I believe. Someone did try to push out. It was DZT, but no kills going his way here as Landon uses the majority of his HP to go for a peek, but loses it. Pogorlov gets Delboni, and that's going to be a 5 versus 3 with Navi Jr. winning this one out in quite easy fashion so far. The opening frags just keep going their way.
Pogorlov is just hitting some new stride, some new level for himself right now. He's having an absolute blinder of a game so far. Obviously helped out by some of those Deagle rounds, but certainly takes a lot of skill to be getting shots like that. And with landing the last player alive in this round, 3 HP and a scout, he might just try and save that one because his team's not going to have anything to work with in the next round.
And that's really good, right? Because if you're not going to have Menezi show up like every round in some kind of simple-esque form, which I think we can't expect from any living being at this point. Like, you know, it's nice to see that Onkir is the strong sort of cornerstone of the team. And then also, like, you can just have Pogorlov pogging off, as it were, popping off, getting the frags when his team needs it. And sure, you know, Fear, he was 007 for a little while, but well, I don't think he actually officially reached 007, but he was, let's just say he wasn't having a good start.
No,
so
it was
him and Synix as the role players, maybe, you know, they're fine being at the bottom of the scoreboard if the rest of the team can perform.
Right now, Pogorlov is on 18 kills. Highest in the server, so
Delboni just behind him though with 17 and Nissim
Yeah.
on 16. So Case Esports really playing good across the board. No real complaints there. Okay, yep, 9 kills and 16 deaths, but we'll ignore that.
he's
As
been
not,
he's been caught out of
yeah,
the lurks quite a lot. To be
yeah, he
fair, yeah.
has. And he, like in the previous one, just tries to play the edge of the smoke, but the shadow giving him away just results in a kill and a little bit of a misplay or just a missed opportunity. In
You know
any
what
case,
else?
though,
Sorry, I've just seen a
uh,
missed opportunity myself. Danik
oh,
just
did
got a
you?
kill in towards underground, and I see a Zeus on the floor.
He didn't pick it up.
I know,
Some
tragic,
people, man.
isn't it?
No, no littering. Pick up your Zeuses.
Yeah, it's really contributing to global climates that
Also, it just doesn't look
all
nice.
the electricity.
Exactly.
Someone might step on it, get electrocuted as well. It's dangerous. Those own
Ooh,
kids,
that was a
8K.
dangerous spot to be in, but he fancied that angle and, well, does get picked off on it because of the slow advance. And the fast advance from the terrorists out of the apartments does find the final player here on B. But this whole round, it was an eco, of course. Expected that KC Sports would be losing this one. And Navi Jr., slowly but surely, managing to get that lead back in their hands, perhaps, closing the gap just a little bit more after every round. And um, the half, I believe it was 10-5, right? So KC Sports, they've only
Yeah,
won one in this half so far.
and that was the follow up after the pistol.
An important round to get for sure, but let's
Yeah,
remember it was
couldn't
Navi's
convert off the
poor
back of it
clock management that got them that. So
for sure. But it is 9 on the board, and just a 2-round deficit to the Case Esports side, and 4 guns carried forward as well for Navi Junior. So they're stacking up from some fat stacks, to be honest, in their side of things. You can see already the money for them is at some pretty mammoth numbers. 7K for Pogrolov, 6K for Cynix, and over 5K for a couple more players. So yeah, they've got a rebuy if they need it.
they certainly do.
Menezi on the AWP as well already, so with the guns out for Case Esports, they now have to try and think about Menezi, but there's one
That's
less
the
player.
bomb!
Yeah, that's one less player and the bomb that they need to worry about.
Man, how are the terrorists going to be retaking this one? That should not have happened. All of them have to go through this very narrow choke point here just to hopefully Menezi can spot someone out, but even the, you know, sliver of a chance he had there removed because he's forced to be in front of the smoke and land in looking for that gun barrel after finding a kill toward T-spawn. Ooh, won't be finding the gun barrel in time, but can refrag his teammate. There you go. 2 quick kills in Fear. While he may be able to get the refrag, I don't think it's going to be enough
Oh,
to win this round. However, a second kill does even things out a little bit. Bomb is suddenly in his control. I'm not sure if he's aware of it or not because there's 2 players coming behind him. He knows there's at least one. Still, the bomb is in his hands, and he needs to make space. Yes, just fast enough, but Delboni can't really catch up to him. So the bomb should get planted on A for the bonus money at least. I think Fear should have the presence of mind to, yeah, at least smoke off and plant inside the smoke, or is he going for some 900 IQ plays? Because look at this. If he can make it toward B, that's just going to be KC Sports scratching their heads, clearing this A bomb site, and then having a very late rotate toward B, most likely going through kitchen. And there's plenty of after plants you can take for that kind of a plant. I don't know where he's going to be deciding to plant though.
ooh,
For short and kitchen at once. And he doesn't know where the players are going to be coming from.
oh,
Assumes
sure.
kitchen, but you know, it
Ooh,
seems
this
like
is
he's going to be taking. Oh no, dangerous. But he took the gamble. He had to. It was a one
yeah,
versus two situation. You have to take the advantage when you can see it. And come on, kitchen was the expected point of entry there for the
yeah.
CTs.
I mean, he gets 3 kills. That was a very valiant effort, and it
Very.
means that KC Sports they come away with not much weaponry. from that, and he even gives obviously the Nava Junior side a bomb plant. I think those 2 shots were a little bit outrageous, but yeah,
Outrageous shots, but it was kind of all Onkir's fault for dying with the bomb on top mid in the first place.
yeah, true. He was caught out. He was sort of, I think he threw a bit of utility down, then went back to pick up the bomb. So yeah, didn't anticipate a double push towards top mid, and yeah, didn't even have his gun out. But you live and learn, and Navi Junior have at least got a chance to completely ruin Case's economy at this point, because that 1-round-1, it leaves them with really not much weaponry. They've got an MP9 for Yeps, Nissim's on a FAMAS, the AK saved, and a couple other rifles, but yeah, Navi Junior, they have enough for the rebuy, so this could actually work out in favor of Navi Junior if they secure this win.
Definitely. And keep, building up your economy, keep your opponents ecoing every second round. For now, though, they're going to be going, I guess, for some A presence, but 2 players still pretty far away. One of them holding for Department's push, one of them holding top middle. Neither areas will get pushed, and at this point in the round, with 1 minute remaining, the bomb will be making its way back. But a flash for Delboni does let him find a kill, and Landon finds Pogorlov as well. The push from ramp not working out in this one, I'm afraid, as it's all down to Fear to find the answer here. He's been known to find frags in these kinds of situations, as we saw in the previous round. Does find this one, but the second should be quite a bit harder. Hiding in Ninja, as the cavalry is certainly arriving here. Landon's still waiting in the CT, but one more player to join him.
And just 3 points of health. Nava Junior, they could still wiggle their way out of this one. But Nissim, the unknown. Luckily, they plant on the other side of default, but Nissim's still going to find the kill. Luckily, the bomb gets planted. And that gives both Fear and Cynix an opportunity.
There you go. Cynix with 1. Still 3 players. They know where the bomb is planted, and the afterplant looking pretty good. They can swing out from 2 different angles. Thankfully, though, the CTs have 2 different players to look while one of them can defuse, and the kills just come quite easily there, to be honest. KC Sports find the 13th and avoid basically an 11 scoreline for Navi, because if they lost that one, their economy was not going to be very good.
Yeah, the bomb plant helps out, and I think there was only one player who would have been a little bit in a bit of a struggle for the buy. But it looks like they've invested fully into it.
Entry kills
has the AWP as well.
Entry kills quite equal across the board, to be honest. Yeah. No team really stomping the other in that respect. As we will be seeing an A execute coming in shortly. Bit of a standard round here, but Delboni already very close up. Dangerous position to be in. Has some flashes to assist him, but that's not going to be helping too much as there's no players to shoot. They are, of course, dispersing again.
Easy T.
Oh, he might find them in the transition if they go toward B apartments. Not sure if that's the destination. It appears to be, and going for the kill. That's maybe just a re-aggression toward A at this point, to be honest. You made the CTs question where the Ts will be coming from now. But they are still quite confident enough to stack the majority of their players closer toward that A-bomb site. So the execute from Navi will be coming in. There will be some opposition on the other side, and luckily they won't be running out of time anytime soon. 50 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like the push is on.
Yeah, luckily they've got time to push in, and that flashbang is perfection. Cynix has no qualms about finding the kill. Menezzi's going to land another one, keeping Navi Junior and just extending that advantage. Onkir's been able to get deep.
Just 1 in CT, 1 in jungle. Yeah, the jungle player dies immediately. So Landon lands a shot, but is he going to be fancying himself the actual full round? A 1 versus 3 with an op? I don't think you're going for this one, man. I think you're just going back and saving it in kitchen or something. Although there is already a terrorist around those parts, so definitely could be a tricky situation. Still, you could just stay in CT.
Certainly can, but Onkir is still going further and further, so he might get here before. I don't know. No, I don't think so. especially if landing tucks in. Ormke would have to start running right about now, but yeah, not enough time. With Navi Junior up to 10. It's once again them trying to close this gap, and you can see KC Sports Economy isn't in a great position because they've gone all in here, but it leads just an MP9, the up for landing, obviously saved across, and the FAMAS Finissim, a couple pistols.
And preparing for this A execute, it seems. 3 players in close proximity to throw those grenades, but playing all the way up close, Landon. This is not the usual setup you have with the AWP. You don't usually push out here, and that's the reason Manesi was waiting for it. The quick scope, good for a kill. No flashes to assist there. Would have been quite difficult for Manesi to dodge, as Delboni does salvage the big green. And the terrorists a little bit sheepish after that one. They want to fall on back, not give them any info. If any aggression comes in, Delboni would have called, hey, they're not ramp anymore, they're going B. But little does he know, the aggression is coming back here. And, well, with 2 players from CT, definitely can get something done here unless they get smoked off. Should be, though. It is part of the standard utility set for the A execute. Nissim on the triple box. Has to go huge with the FAMAS. Only gets one, though.
And Delboni, he's trying to find something from the ticket, but with CT is now rotating into this angle as well. They're actually going to boost up over the top of the, well, on the top of the bin to look over the stack. And yep, he's looking for somebody, but they're all just too far in the smoke. You can't see them. A flashbang comes through. It's not particularly going to do much. Yeps is still able to hold this angle. And, oh, just the... Is that just the head? Yeah, just the head showing there. Yep, trying to find a shot on it, but can't quite land. Instead, he'll get Ormke. That's a decent shot to find. Fear, though, in a nice position to catch out Delboni. That's the AWP going down, and the KC Esports side, they'll need to cross this angle to get to that AWP. And Pogrolev, he's still watching it.
Certainly is. Doesn't want any shenanigans going on here, but with 5 seconds left, I think we can call this one a 1 deal. Runs away, saves his weapon, as his comrades will do the same, and well, getting himself down to 69 HP with that bomb explosion. So definitely nice, and a nice start for Navi Junior, as they do anticipate some kind of a push, and I think a little bit of a misplay coming in there from KC Sports. You don't want to be going for those pushes unassisted by flashes.
Yeah, they actually push at the end after the bomb explodes to get that up, and they do recover it.
Ooh, good stuff, good stuff.
Round.
At least something to work with, right? If it's going to be a straight-up eco, well, with some armor and deagles peppered around, but, well, a 5-7 as well. Landon, still, if he gets, like, a double kill early on in the game, that's exactly what he's trying to do here with this apps push, but Manesi already waiting for it on the pixel angle. Doesn't manage to kill him. Not sure how that didn't connect. Oh, it was through the wall slightly. We can see the smoking gun hole on the right, bullet hole rather, on the right side.
Yeah, gun hole would be a bit bigger.
Could fit an entire gun through it, yeah.
Go watch Hole in the Wall TV show. Was that
I
British
do not
thing?
know that one.
I think it's
a British thing.
Basically, a bunch of people in lycra suits try and fit through holes in the wall that move towards them.
Oh, like, that one.
Yeah,
you have to make the shape of the hole, like, with your body. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and it's like
I think I've seen
some of them are like really acrobatic, like ballet dances. Yeah, it's good. Good one. Classic British television, that.
You guys do have the best television in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All those comedy shows.
Yeah, there's some bangers in there. Well, so we have a the TV license subscription.
Exactly. Pioneers in your areas.
Yeah. Not so pioneering in others, such as Counter-Strike.
And, well, Counter-Strike commentary. You guys are taking all my work.
True. Yeah. I mean, that's... Well, at least you're here.
To be expected. You do speak the Queen's English quite well.
Surprising.
And, yeah, I don't know how you do it, man. Pogrelov, however, He does manage to find the sneaky CT that was hiding on the boost spot. Would have been a great opportunity for him if they neglected to check that angle. However, no opportunities to be found as Landon, with the AWP saved from the previous, doesn't actually manage to find anything and even loses it now on the balcony area on Kier. I think he knows he downed it, and he knows that the other players are going to be coming here to try and retrieve it, but no such thing will be occurring here. Ankir just stands in the fire and flames, gets, well, you know, I think some damage, but it was the molly that killed the beast in the end. As we do see the AWP not quite being saved for the KC Sports side, and Navi Jr. closing the gap slowly but surely.
One round of difference, and it looks like Navi, they're going to go for something quick towards this this A site. It's a whole host of rifles for KC Sports to try and hold off, but actually, okay, Navi Junior, they quickly decide that A is not the answer. Oh, okay, we're fine.
No, just a moonwalking break. Don't worry about it. Gets the morale up.
Imagine Fear calling that. Just everyone, okay, guys, moonwalk, moonwalk. Now, carry on.
Okay, a bit of a slower round here still. Moonwalks aside, Navi, they have taken mid control with no real presence from the CTs other than Connector. A little bit on short, though. They might start pushing now that they've been aggravated slightly. Still, both teams deciding to stay back just a little bit. And a minute left on the clock. This is where I start getting worried for Navi Jr., knowing, you know, from previous experience how this one usually pans out. As Landon does go down in Connector, an excellent start, an opening frag here for Fear. He's been doing all right as of late. Slow start, but 13-16, the score line for him right now. Not the worst, as this B split is not the worst either. Two players going to be waiting in apartments, and they can get traded quite fast. There you go, the entry from Cynix does go through, and then the balcony player, well, he should be easy pickings at this point, right? There's no way you don't check that one. As they do take the B bomb site quite handily here. After taking mid control initially, with that one kill in Connector, just walking up catwalk, getting those entries in apartments, and winning the round off the back of it. Just Nissim and Delboni left.
Delboni trying to stay alive towards CT has found a frag, but now it's Onke hunting for him with low HP. He will get finished off. Now Nissim. Oh no, Nissim. There is a player towards the apartment, so that's Cynix, who should be able to stop him from getting this one. And yeah, Nissim is going to try and back away, but Cynix will gun him down. I thought for a moment there might have been a chance for Nissim in that one to go for the defuse with the T so split away from the site. Yeah, no kit. The time eludes him.
Pretty unwinnable situation there, as finally we will be seeing a pause. I feel like the Brazilians should have taken this one a bit of a while ago. Try and counter what Navi Jr. are doing here on this devastating T side. Many rounds going their way, and only 3 rounds for Case in this half so far. And that one was one of them was again the one after the pistol, but failing to convert the upset after the pistol is almost as devastating as losing the pistol in the first place.
Yeah. Now, tied up, Navi Junior should be taking the lead here for... Is this the first time in the game they've had the lead?
Yes.
Or would have the lead?
Yes.
It's just
quite
I was going to say, it's just a set of pistols on the scout for Nissim. So, yeah, pretty much a done deal already, I guess.
Yes, Navi Jr. should definitely be picking up this 14th here. Maybe a couple of deals can go huge, but with this amount of utility, I think it would be pure negligence to allow that to happen. As they're not really setting up for anything in particular. Mid-control, sure, should be going their way as Onkir opens up the round here. Nissim falling in window. Not sure if they're going to be aware that there's more players where that came from, but doesn't really matter. They have been smoked off as the push on middle continues.
Yeah, this is looking like B could be crunched on. Maybe window instead with Onkir up into the ladder room.
Oh, he doesn't stick around. He doesn't wait for the smoke to dissipate. Would have found a couple of players there who, at this point, have relocated into the underground area, perhaps expecting the B aggression to come in. But look at this: the terrorists they said bye bye to B and hello to A, as it's only Landon here to hold them off. A scout, no armor, glass cannon should be good for at least some tags, but not really for the full kill. I'm afraid. 10 HP left on him as he should be going for some re-aggression here in these vulnerable times for the terrorist side. Menezi, meanwhile, finds DZT on the flank, and I think they're going to be aware that the flank through Palace could also happen, but first the bomb, and then the after-plant positions. Pogorlov manages to get the kill onto Landon, and CT covers the bomb planter, as Fear tries to finish up the job there in CT, but that's not going to be happening.
Yeah, 2 quick kills coming through for Case in succession, in succession rather. Excuse me, as Delboni is now left with 19 HP. He's in a 1 versus 3, and Nava Junior do not want to let any more kills slip away in this round because they want to keep 3 players alive, keep building this economy. And although it's getting towards the latter portion of the game, they want to be able to rebuy any dropped weapons or missed rounds here. And they do keep 3 alive, taking down Belboni as well, denies him the save, and it is Navi Junior with their first lead in this game.
And what a lead it is, right? You win this one, and you're on map point with. Let's let's be clear here. KC Sports on very bad money. Sure, they do have max loss bonus at this point in the round in the game, so certainly they can just keep about 2 or 3 players alive, and then we can keep going into the last one with a decent buy. But Navi Junior definitely in the driver's seat for this one. So much money in their pockets, they can buy every round that's remaining in this half. But for now, just waiting for the CTs to show themselves. They're expecting aggression to even up the score, as they always do, but aggression against Navi Junior early in the round is definitely not recommended. So the push proper should be coming in now. Mid control being fought over. DZT gives up the angle just a little bit too early, in my opinion. Could have stuck around for the op shot at least, but I guess he was also worried about underground starting to be a problem, and they're on the bench. A player does stand. That's going to be Fear. The bomb, however, now is in the hands of Navi Junior, and, well, they will be taking it toward B most likely. A lot of presence on middle, through catwalk onto B. This has worked out before, but this time the counter-terrorists, they're not in apartments. They're standing all around the bomb site, and it's down to Cynex to find the entry, as DZT already manages to kill one of his comrades there towards short, but that's going to be the answer. There you go. Cynex in this corner of the second window gets a second kill as well. A 4v3 situation now. Make that a 4v2. Not going to be leaving a lot of space here for KC Sports. Retaking from Kitchen, definitely a difficult prospect, especially with Landon on the AWP.
Should be map point here, and Navi Junior, they had a slow start to this game. They had a very slow start. Case were looking to romp away with this one, but they managed to recover themselves, and they should be able to close down this round. Landon, he's tucked in. He's surrounded. There's no escape from this situation. And Olkit will take him down. So 15 to 13. Case got so close. 10-5 first half, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't close out the second.
Another way to phrase what you just said was they tried so hard, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. As the song goes. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's going to be the buy for now. FAMAS is across the board. Little bit of, well, quite okay utility, to be honest. I was expecting them to be more broke than this. And the occasional head armor does as well show up, but that's going to be wasted money, I'm afraid. As you guys should have just sprung for the straight up Kevlar and leave your heads exposed like a Warhammer 40k character.
Solid reference.
There you go. There you go.
Like I could just say like Darius Maximus, and that'd probably be a character from Warhammer.
You know what I think? I think that's not quite like a that's a bit of a Primarch name. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
one of those guys could have that one. Either way, very important round here as KC Sports are struggling to stay in this map that they worked so hard to get. It was 10-5 in their favor in the beginning, but the Brazilians have let this one slip as Navi Junior's T side is just too good for them, it seems. The stylistic matchup really working out here
Easy.
as easy on the wall. Not so easy now, is it, guys?
Oh,
Ooh, I say that, but then Pogorlov falls. Still, Manezi does answer, and that's going to be only one person left here to hold on to this A-bomb side. Landon, all the way up close to this smoke, is going to be waiting for the T's to push through. Isn't going to get spotted out just yet. I think they were going for a boost there, but yeah, there you go. He gets away from the boost just in time, retires into Underwood. And there's going to be one player from CT to help him out while this push continues. Navi Jr. on the push. Fear, entry fragging, not really finding anyone as he should have cleared Underwood earlier. Plant should be going down. And the situation currently, a 2 versus 2. Manezi misses the all-important shot. DZT with a double. That's going to leave Onkir in a 1 versus 2 situation. And the bomb is, well, implanted for him, but can he get this kill? A little bit too much in the open here, but wants to get aggressive, wants to be unexpected, and that's exactly what happens. Onkir gets the kill onto DZT.